All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're going to dive right into the belly of the beast, a giant billionaire-owned company. And we're going to experience what it's really like to be at every single level, from the person just trying to figure out the coffee machine all the way up to the CEO in that big corner office. Let's do this.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? What's life actually like for each person on that corporate ladder? We see the different titles, but we're about to look at what each step of that climb truly feels like.
So here's the game plan. We're starting out as the intern. Then we'll get promoted to a junior employee. From there, we'll step into the shoes of a manager, then enter the high-stakes world as a director or VP, and finally, we'll take the throne as CEO. Believe me, each stage is its own universe.
Okay, let's begin where pretty much everyone does, right at the very bottom. This is where you learn the ropes, try not to mess up, and just hope somebody, anybody, notices you're even there. The intern. You know, you're not exactly an employee, but you're around. You're kind of stuck in this corporate limbo, and your entire existence is powered by two things: anxiety and a whole lot of coffee. Your one and only goal? Just make it to the end of the day.
So what does your day look like? Well, it's a whirlwind of fetching coffee, scribbling notes in meetings you don't really understand, and praying you don't hit reply all on the wrong email. And the boss? Yeah, they might learn your name by Friday. Maybe.
But hey, look at that. You made it. You survived the internship, all that hard work paid off, and they've actually offered you a real job. But just as you celebrate, you realize a whole new level of the game is about to start.
So now you're a junior employee. The good news, you're not invisible anymore. You officially have a seat at the table. The bad news, that seat comes with a mountain of actual work. You've traded your invisibility for your first real taste of responsibility.
Okay, so you've put in your time, you've done the grunt work, and now you're moving on up. Welcome to the middle. This is where things get interesting. You get a little more power, but you also get a whole lot more problems.
You're a manager now. You've got a team looking to you for guidance, and you've got bosses looking to you for results. You're basically a translator, caught right in the middle, turning big ideas into daily tasks. Which means you're being pulled in a million different directions, all day, every day.
And you know, you might think the stress comes from deadlines or managing your team, and yeah, that's part of it, but the real villain, the true final boss of every single workday, it's the email inbox. It just never, ever stops.
And that right there, that's the perfect way to describe being a manager. You get this taste of real power, you can make some decisions, but you're not the one calling the final shots. You're in charge, but you're not really in charge. It's a tricky place to be.
So, you've survived the middle. Now you're heading for the top floor. The view is amazing. The perks are great, but let me tell you, the air up here is thin, and the stakes are higher than you can even imagine.
As a director or a VP, your job completely changes. You're not doing the work anymore, you're deciding what work gets done. Your life is a blur of high-stakes meetings and spreadsheets. A wrong move doesn't just mess up a project, it could literally cost the company millions of dollars. The pressure is just immense.
You did it. You climbed every single rung. You outlasted and outsmarted everyone. You look around and you realize there's nowhere else to go. You're finally here.
You are the CEO, the ruler of the kingdom. Everyone in this entire company, from that intern we started as, all the way up to the VPs, they all report to you. But here's the secret nobody tells you. You don't escape the chaos. You're now at the very center of it.
And this right here puts it all into perspective. As an intern, your biggest screw-up is putting whole milk instead of oat milk in the boss's coffee. As the CEO, your biggest screw-up is a bad merger that craters the stock price. The problems never go away, they just get terrifyingly bigger.
So, we've done it. We've lived a day in the life of every single rank in the company. After seeing this whole journey, what's the big takeaway here? I think it's this. There's no such thing as a perfect rank. The intern is worried about getting a coffee order right. The CEO is worried about a hostile takeover. Every single step up the ladder is just a trade. You're swapping one set of problems for another.
So that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. The higher you climb, the more power you get, for sure. But the stress and the responsibility, they grow right along with it. So after seeing what each level is really like, which one would you actually choose?